What is up? What is up, Gumbo Nation? Got a good show planned for you today.
All right, 2 minutes.
All right, Barlow.
All right, 10 seconds.
All right.
Broadcasting to the Gumbo Nation for over 6 years, providing education and options to listeners throughout the Gulf Coast and across the nation. Mortgage Gumbo is brought to you live weekly by the Total Home Authority, Team Title, Tito's Handmade Vodka, TWFG Biden Cough Insurance Group, The Fence King, B&U Plumbing, Mosquito Joe, and 360 Home Inspections. Mortgage Gumbo is the leading authority for all things home-related. So let's spice up that bowl of mortgage awareness with the man who is high in mortgage knowledge, yet height and hair challenged. The man who only knows how to put the client first. The true definition of a face for radio. The leader of the Gumbo Nation, Dwayne Stein.
What's cooking, Gumbo Nation? You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio, and I'm your host, Dwayne Stein, the Gulf South Mortgage Authority. And if you want to join the show, 504-260-0995 or shoot an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. And wow, Gumbo Nation, did y'all fill up the inbox this week? Obviously, hey, we are continuing to discuss credit. It's the month of February. I've deemed it Credit Awareness Month years ago, and we will continue with that today. This is always one of the most popular topics because people just want to know. They don't teach you this kind of stuff in school. They don't teach you about mortgages and rates and all that. So you have stumbled upon 6.5 years of education, me bringing you education and options on your most valuable asset, your home. Or for you future homeowners, what will be the opportunity to buy in the future. That is what we are here for. Hey, special shout out. Got to start the show out. My best friend, Gavin Stein. That's my son, for maybe some of you new Gumbo Nationers. The G Unit turns 15 today. Hard to believe that when I started with Gregory Ricks 8 years ago, my boy was, let's see, Chalmette. So 15 minus 8, carry the 1. 7. He was 7 years old. So now 15, freshman in high school. Got a baseball game today, so go Titans. So excited about that. So get to check that out later on as well. On the show today, listen, we are going to continue to discuss credit. We're going to answer your questions. We are going to share most of the questions that I'm getting. I have no doubt in my mind, that these are ones you're going to go, oh, thank you for asking that. Remember, ask anything that you want. The advice is free. And to my knowledge, it's the truth. They say there's no such thing as dumb questions. Listen, we all know that's a lie. We know there's dumb questions out there. But if it's something you don't know, who cares? This is a judgment-free zone. We don't judge here. We're going to talk a little bit about interest rates. We've been talking about it. Last year we hit lows 16 times. I mean, when you hear what I got to cover on that, is it an uh-oh? Relax. We got this. We got you. There's no need to panic. But we did see rates escalate this week. We also got the numbers we'll cover. And want to also welcome a new member to the Total Home Authority. Listen, if you are in an industry that has anything to do with housing, hey, reach out to me. And, because my listeners are always looking for. Everybody needs a guy, right? Well, Mortgage Gumbo is your guy. You get with me, and I can put you in touch with the roofers, the electricians, the plumbers, the AC folks, right? The inspectors, insurance, appraiser, you name it. I've got it. And now we're happy to also welcome Solar Alternatives. Super excited to have them joining. I am a client of theirs at my office, but these guys are the Gulf South leader. They cover the area. If you can hear me, they cover you. So Gulf South leader in solar, battery backup, and energy management. So visit SOLALT.com and to just go check them out. These guys, they are absolutely amazing. First-class operation with Ken and Jeff over there. They are absolutely fantastic. I've done it, and in the short month and a half that I've had these panels on at my office, the difference is absolutely astounding. Not to mention peace of mind. When you got storms, when you got all these things going on, you know what? I don't have to worry about if that generator's going to crank up when I need it to, if it's been sitting and the battery's not updated. I don't have to worry about doing maintenance on it, right? Or paying a fee to have maintenance done. Now I got my panels up there and power goes out, don't even know it. Don't miss a beat. Oh, and the good news is you get a huge tax credit. I'm still looking for that one person out there. I've yet to meet them that says, hey, I want to pay more in taxes, and no, I don't need more money. I have enough money, and I want to pay more in taxes. I've yet to meet them. So welcome aboard, Solar Alternatives. You know, I've said facetiously on this show a lot that I would love if interest rates go up just a little bit, then maybe we'll get some of these schmuckatellis out of the market, because so many of you, and this is why I have a passion for doing this show. This is why I started doing this stuff 8 years ago. And Gregory picked me from obscurity. But when you start to think about what people are doing, the people who are in my industry now, giving out loans, right? The realtors, no, let's not say realtors, the agents out there who are like, well, it's got to be an easy way to sell houses. The things that I see on a daily basis is alarming. It's alarming. Because the fact is, so many of them don't know their butt from a hole in the ground. And I know that sounds negative, and sometimes we want to be positive Patty or positive Paul on this show. But, you know, this week, the Schmuckatelli story of the week is this. Have a couple, okay? Husband and wife, got a great family, both been at their jobs, and this is so ironic, but it happens. Both had been at their jobs 5+ years. You know what? Very fortunate. More fortunate than me and most of you listening. Because mom and dad gave them a piece of property. Right? Gave them a piece of property. Then dad built the house on the property. So they go to their lender and say, which was a local bank, and here they are, married couple, got a property given to them. I don't know about you, but raise your hand. Yeah, even if you're driving, raise your hand if you've had somebody give you land. And you know why I could say that while you're driving? Because nobody's raising their hand. Very few. But this couple had land given to them by the father, who subcontracted, built them the house, subdivided the land so they could sort of build their own compound. Right? The only stipulation was from the dad, naturally, hey, listen, when I'm done building, I'm just going to charge you what it cost me to build the house. So tons of equity. It's going to be a $400,000 house that got built for like $225,000. I mean, just ridiculous amounts of equity. So they're going through their local bank. And you know what? And this is why, folks, you need to follow the 10 Commandments. If you need a copy, ask me at info@mortgagegumbo.com. But the bank, the local schmuckatelli that they were working with, advised them a month out from closing that it was okay to switch their job. Now, just in retro, just think about that. Does that even sound like something you should do? I'm about to sign off a loan. I wonder if it's cool if I switch jobs. Heck no. But this local banker told them it was okay to do that. Because you as a customer, you don't know that I'm going from making $5,000 a month on a W-2, and now with my new job, I'm going to be 1099, but I should make $7,000 to $10,000, and I'm guaranteed X for the first 6 months. You know what that means to an investor? Diddly poop. That means you just went from a W-2 salary to self-employed as a 1099, and now, unfortunately, this dad is left holding the I don't know what you call it, the bag. And gosh, these are the folks that we need out of our freaking industry. I mean, if you go and have open heart surgery, back surgery, go and do any of these things, think about it. Wouldn't you get more than one opinion if the guy goes, hey, I got to cut you open, got to get this done? So that's why we offer our free second look. It's heartbreaking because you know what? I can't do anything for them either at this point. Because they already started the new job. They're there now. So now, unfortunately, I can't do anything. So we're helping the dad. We're working out some things on his end to alleviate some of his financial stress on this home. But now we've got a 2-year plan we've got put in place and stuff like that. So if you're new to this industry and you're just hanging out right now because you're trying to make a whole bunch of money, get out. Because the guys like us, the veterans, the lifers, the folks who make a living by doing the right thing by people and who have taken 25 plus years to help people, get out. We don't want you around here for your 6 months because you come in and go, hey, rates are low. There's enough Smuckatellis out there. Let them hang out in the car industry and the other industries out there. Today's all about credit, folks. That was my rant. That's my Smuckatelli of the week. I could do shows on Smuckatelli every night of the week. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein. You've stumbled upon a home show. 6.5 years of education and options. Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein. Join the show, 504-260-0995. Yes.
You was on a roll, bro.
Man, look, dude. I get fired up, bro. I mean, can you imagine your family gives you something and some chump.
Yeah, I know. Stupid Facebook police.
Huh?
Just, we got to watch our language.
Yeah, we're live. Yeah. I see you. You challenged me, and I see you. Never challenge me. I step up for challenges. Hey, if you want to catch me doing my day job while we're on a break here, yes, I am a lender. Got a call this week. Somebody said, hey, you were talking on the show about you had somebody who could help me build on my house, do an addition, but they don't have to take the equity out in the home. They could use future value. I was like, yeah, brother, that was me. I'm a lender. Call me, 504-207-7600. Or shoot an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. Yes, Tracy, you can get a copy of the 10 Commandments. Just shoot an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. Info@mortgagegumbo.com. I'll get you a copy of the 10 Commandments.
Commandments, ments. You got to have the echo in there. The 10 Commandments, ments. 1 minute. Here we go.
We're back. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio. If you want to join the show, 504-260-0995. Hey, this segment's brought to you by The Fence King. Visit FenceThisYard.com. FenceThisYard.com. 20 years experience, 200 5-star Google, and hundreds more Facebook and other social media reviews. He has a one-of-a-kind virtual fence designer. It puts you in control. Absolutely no high-pressure sales. And they offer tropical storm and hurricane post as well. I got those for mine. So my building might be gone, but my Fence King fence, which also, by the way, comes with a warranty, will still be there. Visit FenceThisYard.com. That's FenceThisYard.com. Listen, what a week it's been. Rates all over the place. It's been a little bit bananas. But let's get into a couple numbers here for you. Listen to this, okay? And I know how many you feel, and so do I. Listen, it's not a secret, but listen to these numbers. 81% of U.S. pandemic deaths as of 2019 through yesterday were at least 65 years old. 1% of pandemic deaths as of yesterday were under 35. Get the schools open. Get people some relief. Let people go back to work. U.S. population reached 200 million in 1967. 300 million in 2006. 39 years later. So that means this year, in February, this month, we'll be at 400 million in 2058. Our population today is 330 million. As my mom used to say, wear a raincoat. We need to slow down the population. Listen to this right here. This is a concern. This is a concern. And we've talked about it on this. And listen, you're going to ride the wave with me for the next 4 years. And I welcome all your reasons why. Because I've got a son that's a freshman. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, 15. And I am vexed on what do I do for college in 4 years. What do I do? Student loan debt in the U.S. of A. is 90% larger than credit card debt nationwide through the end of 2020. $1.56 trillion compared to a measly $820 billion for credit card debt. 90%. I mean, this is the concern. This is the future pandemic, is student loan debt. And they're not wiping it out. Even your boy said it this week. Not happening. Why would they? It's a moneymaker for them. That's why they can keep kicking student loan debt down the road right now. You know why? Because the interest just keeps accruing, right? And they own it. They own the debt. So that's why they can just keep kicking it down the road. And to me, that's where the concern is. Because institutions know this. Heck, why charge $5,000 for a kid to go to school when I could charge $8,000? The problem, in my opinion, here is you got a bunch of PO'd teachers, and this is why they start bringing their views into place, because they see everybody else around them getting money except them. So I kind of don't blame them. But I also don't want my kids sitting in a classroom having to be told. I don't want their opinion. Just teach me what the book says. You got to be careful here. Listen to this. Just got this from the great Parker. Canceling student loan debt equals taking hundreds of billions of dollars. And this is it. Thank you, Parker. Canceling student loan debt equals taking hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayer money and giving it to a small handful of big Wall Street banks. That's not going to happen. I'm telling you now. It's not going to happen. Let's get into our weekly segment we like to call Rate Watch. Rate Watch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, and it's America's first handcrafted vodka. And I had a few last night, celebrating my boy Sean Bazile. Congratulations to him and his new bride, Summer Morgan. Big Sean, first time getting married at 51 years old. Welcome to the club. All right. This is where you got to trust me. This is why you listen to this show. Because anybody could play the game when it's 16, low, 16 all-time lows, 16 times last year with interest rates. But we were before the low rates, and we'll be here way after, guiding you, educating on you. Maybe, showing you. See, because we are advisors with Mortgage Gumbo. We're not like the schmuckatelli who just screwed that person out of their new home. We're advisors. Last week, 30-year conventional. Hang on. 2.86 this week. 3.04. God, I remember when the new Mendoza line used to be 4. So now everybody's like, this is ridiculous. 3%. Come on, folks. It's 3%. 15-year was at 2.40 to 2.46. FHA 2.34 up to 2.50. Jumbo 3.30 to 3.41. The 5-1 arm 2.28 to 2.25. VA continues to be mid to upper 2s. If you have a VA loan right now, take advantage. I'm taking people who are sitting at 3.25, 3.5, giving them 2.5, 2 3/7/8, 2 3/8, 2 1/4 on these VA IRRRLs. Nothing out of pocket. Everything rolled in. Take advantage of the VA IRRRL. It's not a guy's name. It stands for Interest Rate Reduction Refinance Loan. But this is where, listeners, you got to understand what the trends are, right? Think about this. We're passing $1.9 trillion COVID bills, right? Schools in some states, I mean, can you imagine these teachers are like, we don't want to go back to school? We just gave you the numbers. Look, if you're a teacher over 65, hey, throw them a bone, give them a golden parachute, and let them retire. But we need our kids back in school. Okay? It's killing society. But also, when it comes to the rates, you got to keep in mind, they're not going to keep buying these treasuries, these bonds, these mortgage-backed securities. The Fed, the only way they're going to get money is they're going to have to start selling them to alleviate some of this debt. So when they start selling them, that's where you see the interest rates go up. That's why you saw the 10-year Treasury this week. And I know I just played a goofy ball-headed guy, but I kind of know my stuff here. But that 10-year Treasury went up this week. Greg and them covered every single day. But 10-year Treasury went up. So whatever the 10-year Treasury is, I think yesterday it ended at 133. You add 1.75 to it, and guess what? That's about what you're looking at for a 30-year convention. That's right where we're at. So it broke through. So we're watching where is that going to go. So do I think rates are going to go all the way from 3 and then in 2 weeks we're going to be talking about 4? No, guys and gals, aunts, uncles, no. This is still prime time to be taking advantage. And then that's why also what you need to be doing is going, if you're looking to buy or wondering if it's good to refinance, it's free. Go to snapsendandsave.com. Snapsendandsave.com. You want a free second look? Hey, am I getting a deal? Saved 3 different people this week. 3 different people were put in the wrong loan program and putting up more money than they had to on their house. And then the other benefit of working with Mortgage Gumbo, we'll toot our own horn. We are a direct lender to Fannie, Freddie, and Jenny. So we cut out all the middlemen. That's why when you hear these rates of 3.04, chances are, guess what? You call me, that's a national average. That's probably not what you're getting with me. But when you go to the banks and the brokers and the Smuckatellis out there, they got to put their hand in a cookie jar too. Hey, still to come, we got tons of questions we're going to answer when it comes to credit, and we're going to continue debunking some myths. You are listening to The Home Show. 6.5 years of education and options. Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein on iHeartRadio. 504-260-0995. Will you stand above? That takes me back to Breakfast Club.
Yeah, man, just walking off the field with the fist in the air.
Yeah, dude, I watched. When you watch these old movies, but what day was it? I don't know. It might have been Mardi Gras or something. Fast Times at Ridgemount High. When's the last time you saw that, bro?
I saw it about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay, you probably watched, yeah,
yes.
on the Freedom Network or whatever it is,
Yeah.
One of these streaming deals.
And that's it was on AMC. That's what it was. It was on cable. So the pool scene, literally just nothing happened. They just show her getting out of the pool and then they cut. They fade to black. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Sure, I watched License to Drive like a month and a half ago too. With the Corey Haim, Corey Feldman.
They were studs, dude.
They were. Ooh, the phone's ringing.
There we go.
So apparently, Schmuckatelli, the guy who just called he's a Marine, he said in the Marine Corps they would call crappy Marines Schmuckatellis.
Nice. Well,
yeah, right.
Hey, who knew?
Right.
Will you?
30 seconds.
Welcome back. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio. Hey, if you want to join the show, 504-260-0995, or you can shoot an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. Hey, shout out, who knew? Schmuckatelli. We got a caller who called in, Marine, and what he said, Dave, that's what a bad Marine is, huh? It's known as a Schmuckatelli?
Yeah, he used more explicit language, but yeah, he said bad Marines.
Hey, all right. Well, who knew? We stumbled upon something there, and so good stuff there. So still to come, hey, debunking myths and some questions. This segment's brought to you by the aforementioned Solar Alternatives. Visit SolAlt, SOLALT.com. The Gulf South leader in solar battery backup and energy management systems. They're not one of these fly-by-nights who just popped up. They've been around since 2008, serving Louisiana and Mississippi homeowners with a decade-plus time in business. Protect your home against power outages. It's an investment with a proven return, not to mention the tax breaks that you get. And it improves value. Everybody wants to go green. Everybody wants to be more energy efficient. Call Solar Alternatives. Visit solalt.com to have somebody come out and let you know what your tax breaks could be, what your energy savings can be. I have. I dare you to call them because it is working, and it gives you peace of mind. solalt.com. All right, so we've been talking about credit awareness for the last couple weeks. That's what I've deemed February has always been with me on my show. So we're going to get to a couple myths. But I've got some questions over the last couple weeks through our credit webinar, through some different things. So this one is from Pat in Biloxi. I just got through a financially devastating divorce settlement, and my credit score has continued to drop over 100 points. Will it continue getting worse? How can I rebuild my score going forward? So, Pat, here's a great question. So, will it continue to go worse? You're in control of that. So, not knowing why, whether it's you let go of a mortgage or whatever, but you got to stop the bleeding. So, I'm going to assume the first place I need you to go is look at that second biggest piece of pie, which is credit utilization. And let's try to just get a hold on some of those creditors, and let's just look. This isn't an overnight fix. We got a Bobo, and that Bobo is right on your kneecap. So every time you move your leg, you feel it. And it's going to take a while to heal to where you don't feel it every time. But we don't want to pick at that scab. I tell that to a personal friend of mine all the time. Every time they get going a little bit, they pick at that scab. So what you want to do here is you want to make sure to help rebuilding, hey, those credit cards, maybe those balances, maybe you're just trying to survive, right? Don't know, you didn't mention if there's kids involved or whatever the deal is here. What you got to do is, hey, just start trying to rebuild that credit by maybe you got a $1,000 credit limit and you got to get it down and you're at $999 right now. Well, hey, let's first start with getting it to $900 and so forth. But you're going to have to rebuild it. Don't go out getting additional debt or anything like that. Let's look at rebuilding that stuff so when it comes time to maybe make that new purchase or do what you got to do, start with your credit utilization. And just start trying to get those balances down. Jen in Mandeville. Can I help my adult son get a better deal on his car loan by making him an authorized user on my credit cards? Yeah, I mean, you can, but it's going to depend on where, like we talked about, with authorizations. You might have great pay, but if on those credit cards right now you're at your max capacity or your utilization, then I wouldn't recommend it. So it just depends on what you're looking at. And when you start saying, hey, can you get a better deal on his car loan? I don't know. Is it getting him to a certain point where he gets 0%? If you have to do that versus co-signing, all day long, Jen. All day long, Jen. So if that's something, Jen and Mandeville, that, don't co-sign. That's one of the 10 commandments. Do not, thou shalt not. Right? If we're going to be a 10 commandment, it's got to come with thou. Thou shalt not. Co-sign. So if you got to put them as an authorized user and that helps them get a rate, absolutely do it. Yes. Beat the system. Do what you got to do to help out your son, but do not co-sign. Ashley in Youngsville. Will my bad credit score last forever? You know what? That is a great question, Ashley. And that is really just going to depend on the choices that you make going forward. Right? It'll only continue to be bad if you continue to make bad choices. By keeping your utilizations up, by paying late, showing that phone company, I'll show you, I won't pay you. I'll switch over to the other folks who are giving me a free iPhone 12 and for all my family members. So it's going to start with you. Keep in mind, listeners, okay, keep this in mind. Most negative credit falls off your credit report after about 7 years. But you don't have to wait 7 years to start having a positive impact on your credit. So if you're sitting back right now and you're wondering, gosh, I don't know, I want to buy a house, or gosh, I want to refinance. But last year, kind of like how Pat and Biloxi, hey, I went through a tough time with COVID. I went through some different things. Can I refinance? Can I afford to refinance? Hey, that's why we have Snap, Send, and Save DadCam set up. Snap, Send, and Save DadCam. We'll get those things answered for you. We'll show you how to improve that. I had somebody this week who said, well, I want to wait. I want to get my credit score up a little bit more. Well, you already qualify for the program that you're going to get into. Well, I'd like to get more down payment. Well, the more down payment is not going to get you a better rate based on what we just discussed. So you waiting, we don't know what the future holds. Look, I try to be the crystal ball when it comes to the home. That's why I got so many listeners. I want to be the crystal ball, but we don't know what the future holds. So waiting, you know how that goes. Wait broke the bridge. The time is now. So find out. Heck, if anything, do like I've done for dozens of clients this week. Get yourself pre-approved so when that right house does come along, you're good. So many people, oh, hey, I found a house I like. We're going to go see it this weekend. And then they go, nah, I want to wait to apply because the house already went under contract. Well, guess what? So's the next one. Because realtors aren't going to go out there and show you houses without a pre-approval letter. And our pre-approval letters last for 120 days. Make sure you visit MortgageGumbo.com and see the difference between pre-approved versus pre-qualified. Or if you want the breakdown, shoot me an email to info@MortgageGumbo.com, and I will send you the difference between being pre-approved and pre-qualified. This kind of goes off of the last one. It takes a long time for my credit score to go bad. Listen, no. At 6 months, your account will be charged off. And that's something you do not want to happen. So that's not a long time. So that's very, very incorrect. And depending on what type of debt and how much debt, 30, 60 days are going to impact you quicker than even the 6 months. Because as you're going through your credit utilization, all that. So, no, it does not take a long time for your credit score to go bad. It comes back into that other stuff of what do you have there. Hey, we're heading to a break right now. We still got more myths we are going to uncover. One segment left for you to join the show. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein on iHeartRadio, 504-260-0995. And again, a shout-out to the G-Unit and the Titans. Happy birthday, G-Unit, 15 years old. My bye. Good tune.
Yeah.
That song gets better as it goes.
Yeah, the build-up is the best, yeah. And, like, I always... I thought they said James Dean, Jimmy Dean, James Dean. I thought they said it more, but they only say it one time. But I remember, I say it, every time they get to that point.
Right.
I don't care what the lyrics are.
Right.
I'm just going to say
that's funny.
James Dean.
That? Yeah, right. Jimmy Dean. Rock on.
All right, 1 minute.
All right. Jimmy Dean.
James Dean.
Rock on. And we think we sound just like it.
Right. Yep. In my mind, I'm exactly like it. James Dean.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right. You're listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein right here on iHeartRadio, 504-260-0995, or shoot an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. Hey, if you want to reach me during the week, I know I'm not just a fantastic radio personality. I'm also a mortgage advisor, certified mortgage advisor at that. So, hey, call me during my day job, 504-207-7600. Shoot me an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. Visit mortgagegumbo.com. SnapsendandSave.com. Or just look for that chef hat in the sky. We are here to answer your questions. Just got a great question here through Facebook. Hey, I'm 15 months from paying off my 30-year mortgage. We'll have it paid off 3 years early. I was advised that it really doesn't make sense to pay it off early. It says, I remember hearing older people telling me not to pay your house off many years early. Is that true? My man, pay that house off. Pay it off. Absolutely. The only thing I would say is, hey, if this isn't your forever home and you're looking to do some other things or some, refinance down the road, guess what? You're going to have a ton of equity. So naturally, yes, pay it off. Pay it off. Now, don't go paying it off, but with 15 months left, I mean, my gosh, that's amazing. Paying it off 3 years early is fantastic. Mike and Lutcher. Oh, we got a little. Mike and Lutcher, you like to challenge me, huh? I like it. Hey, I bring it. Look, you ain't hurting my feelings. You talk about credit. Well, I got cash in the bank. So why should I be concerned about my credit score? Mr. Mortgage Man. Oh, hey. It's Mortgage Gumbo, by the way. The Mortgage Man is guy that works for me in St. Bernard, Claude the Mortgage Man Mayor. So here's what I'll tell you, Mr. Mike and Lutcher. That cash might work when you go to the used car dealership. Go see what that cash is going to do for you when you go to buy a house and you got no credit score. Because the other way I'm going to tell you that this, let me put it to you this way. Instead of what Mike's saying about I got cash, and I like it, Mike. Thanks for challenging me, man. Look, if you can go buy a house without cash and you can get through life without cash, oh, you're good. Awesome. But if that day comes, this goes out to all, especially this time of year. This goes out to all the CPAs out there. And if you're thinking about buying a house, here's what I would say that kind of goes along with Mike with the cash. Well, I got this yesterday from a guy. Well, I don't have credit because I pay cash. I have my CPA write down, I gross X and I have them write it down to this. Listen, that's fine. Again, what did I say in the beginning of the show? There ain't a person on earth walking this earth that's saying, hey, I want to pay more taxes. Hey, IRS over here. Hey, got some more taxes, please? Don't want to make any more money. Love to pay more taxes. Find them. They don't exist. So for Mike and Lutcher and for everybody listening, let's put it to you this way. It's that CPA right now that when they go to do your taxes, and I'm with you. In my mind, Jude Heath, hey, second coming. Dude pots water. But let me tell you this. If there comes a time where they're writing it down and you don't have money, listen, you know what I get at the end of the call? All the time, and I got it yesterday. Yeah, well, if you can't help me, I'll just go, that's stupid. The system's rigged. I'm like, bro, how is the system rigged? You got $1,000 in the bank, and you claim that you lose $10,000 a year. Yeah, but I got cash. Okay, well, where's it at? You said you got $1,000 in the bank. Let's look at doing an asset loan. Let's look at some. So that's what it looks like to most of us. Like Mike and Lutcher saying, hey, I got cash. That's awesome. Go see what that does for you. Without a quality score, it's not going to do anything. So when you're sitting down with your CPA this year, and before you make that decision, before you file, please, I'm begging you. My team is begging you. My investors are begging you. If you're thinking about making a purchase, buying a house this year, or refinancing, before you file your 2020 taxes, get with me. Go to SnapSendAndSave.com and let's chat. Because you know what I can do? I could do like I did for 10 plus people this week. I could tell you what I need you to go sit down with your CPA or your accountant and have your taxes be this year so you could buy that house. Oh, what size house you want? Great. It needs to be this much. Oh, you want to go big time and live in this neighborhood? Then it needs to be this much. Young lady went and filed before she got with me. Nothing I can do. Now we got to wait all the way to next year. Whereas if she'd have just waited. The Schmuckatellis. Well, go file your taxes. Go. No. Hold off. Get with me first. Especially, we will review them. We have a system that tells us to the dime where you are at. So, for Mike and Lutcher, that is an awesome question. And cash is king. But credit is right up there with air and water. Credit is what's going to help you keep more cash in your pocket. Is disputing an account, will that help your credit score? This is a myth. This is those freaking predators that come on at night. Oh, I'm frustrated. It's a cheap trick that they pull by throwing your cards into a credit dispute. And then when they put that into dispute, guess what? Number one, they'll tell you, well, we can't guarantee it'll be deleted. Let me tell you something. It's not getting deleted. unless it is a true dispute, which if it is, you don't need a credit repair company to do that. We get that fixed all the time and get people's credit scores improved. But what you have to know when you go through these folks, and I'm not going to mention them because they've called me and yelled at me because I talk about it on air, a couple of the local places. I know you're listening. But what you can't do is when you go dispute these, the second I run your report and you've got X amount that's disputed, we got to take them out of the dispute status. So you know what happens? See, it looks pretty. And we talked about last week, the soft versus the hard pull. See, it looks pretty on soft pulls. But when it comes to a lending decision, the lender wants to see, let's see what it looks like when we pull the covers back. That 10 at 2 a.m. that you were dancing with on Bourbon Street, the next morning turns into a 2 when you wake up. That's what credit repair companies are. That's what disputing your credit does. It looks good at the time when you're dancing a shot. But when you wake up, it's a whole different ball game because we have to take them out of dispute to make a decision.
We got a Mike in Metairie.
Mike in Metairie. You with Mortgage Gumbo, Dwayne Stein. How can we help you, Mike?
Good. I have one late payment on my mortgage, and I'm worried about it haunting me. I'm thinking about getting some rental property. What's a good way to get rid of that one late payment, or is it a problem if I try to get a rental property?
No. Number one, if it's one late payment in a calendar year, look, you probably got a little bit of a hiccup, maybe a slight dip on your credit, Mike. But no, the programs I have with the investors, when you direct lender, not going to be any issues there at all, man. So nothing you're going to you can't get rid of it. You can't make time go ahead. So you just got to deal with it. But one late payment on your mortgage, you're going to be fine, man. So it shouldn't help you. It shouldn't hinder you in going out and becoming the next real estate mogul, my man.
Great. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You got it, Mike. Thanks for being a listener. Folks, we got another week left for credit awareness. If you want to get with me during the week, several ways. Shoot an email. I can't even get to them, so we'll cover some more next week. And look, also next week, quick tips. I'm going to give you some tips on how to immediately improve your credit score. Like, boom, just like that. Close your eyes when you see, boom. Just like that. I'm going to give you some tips on that next week. We'll cover some more myths. Shoot an email to info@mortgagegumbo.com. The home away from the show is always mortgagegumbo.com.
1 minute.
Call me during the day job, 504-207-7600. And I promise you, last year, thousands upon thousands of people visited Snap, Send, and Save.com. You're on the site for less than 30 seconds. And then we get to you and we let you know. We give you the answers that you deserve. Stay warm out there. One last time, happy birthday to the G Unit. Go Titans baseball today, 15 years old. You've been listening to Mortgage Gumbo with Dwayne Stein. And until next week, Gumbo Nation, keep stir in the pot.
All right, clear.
All right, Pimp Juice.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna text you